I went back and I watched the game because there's so many things that you don't get to see from kind of our level, right? So I go back and I watch the game the next day. I'm watching the game on Tuesday, and I notice after the pick that you throw the interception into the stands. And my first thought is, oh no, Meek's going to want that football. But I found out the football is in safe hands, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I found, of course, I celebrated with my teammates, whatever. And I found my family in the stands, and I threw it to them. So, it was a great moment, I was able to share with them.
So there's been a scuttlebutt in the facility, in our studio the past couple of days. Heated debate about what the Carlson parents are going to wear to the game this Monday night. Can I give you my guess, and then you tell me if I'm right or wrong?
Yes, I would love
So
that.
for those who don't know, your younger brother Anders, the kicker for the Green Bay Packers, so he'll be here in the house. But I was thinking, I don't think that your parents, I don't think they can play favorites, right? Like obviously they're coming to your house, but the other son is there. You want to be even.
Yeah.
My official prediction for the wardrobe for the Carlson parents is Auburn polo shirts.
False.
False.
Well, so my wife and Anders' wife, we kind of all put together a little gift. So they don't know it yet. So
Okay.
it depends when this is airing.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll check it out. But they have a little gift coming their way that's going to be very neutral, maybe a blend of Raiders and Green Bay, if you catch my drift.
I sure do.
So that's in the work. My wife picked it up today. So we'll see. I mean, as long as they accept it and wear it. But yeah, we got lots of people coming over from all over that are going to be cheering for both sides. So it'll be interesting to see what everybody's wearing.
So let's put your GM hat on for a second before we start talking Monday Night Football and the greatness that is our special teams triumvirate here in Las Vegas. But scouting report on the younger Carlson. When you look at his game, Daniel, what do we like? What do you feel good about? What does he bring to the gridiron?
He looks good. He looks a lot like a guy I'm a big fan of, number 2 for the Las Vegas Raiders. No, he looks like he's done a really good job. He's 100% on the season so far. He's tall. He looks identical to me.
You do realize that you just described yourself, right?
Yeah,
100% on the year, tall.
If me and him swapped uniforms Monday night, I don't think many people would notice. People would be like, maybe you looked a little different, but I don't think people would really catch on.
We got two sacks this year for Trayvon Merrick, right?
Yeah, 2.
And when was it? So we had to go back to college though before you got after the quarterback, right?
Yeah, actually in college, I don't think I really blitzed that much. In college, I really was playing man and.
So when's the last time you had a multi-sack
This was
outing?
my first time.
Not even in high school?
No. I played corner in high school.
Damn, and they didn't send you at the quarterback?
No.
Oh, man. You've been hanging out with Max too much, man. We're gonna wake up in like 6 weeks. You're gonna have 4 or 5 sacks.
I know. Actually, today he was showing me some moves on the sideline during practice. Trying to get me right. So hopefully we get some more of them.
Yeah, if there's a dude to learn pass rush from, it's from number 98. Was there a moment, whether it was obviously training camp or the past couple of weeks, where you're like, oh, okay, we'll be okay with Aiden there? Because obviously there's so much change, and we talk about the past 9, 12 months, so many changes on that side of the football. But was there a kind of moment you can remember, like, all right, the young guy's going to be good?
I do remember it was early on, I think maybe it was OTAs or training camp, where it was the O-line was in there for watching some 7-on-7 clips where we just were kind of stuck. Sometimes that happens when you're just watching them run routes, and I was like, man, who's this number 4 kid? And I think it was Alex Barge. He was like, that's Aiden. He can sling it. And I was like, yeah, I can see that. So that was probably one of the first times I was like, man, this kid can really throw the ball.
Before we get to Sunday, we got some high-level important business to attend to in Thanksgiving, right? So different schedule this week. Obviously, things are kind of moving and shaking as you guys get ready for Sunday. But the important question, Isaiah Polamalu, when you build out your dinner or lunch or your brunch or however you and your family celebrate on Thursday, what are the things that got to be on the plate, the non-negotiables in the Polamalu household?
All right. So easy one. A little bit of turkey. I'm not a big turkey guy.
Agreed.
Throw some ham on there. Got to have that. Mashed potatoes and gravy. That's kind of, everybody has to have that. Throw a little bit of dressing on there. And, my all-time favorite, mac and cheese and yams.
There you go. See, my wife, because I'm kind of with you. We're my wife and I were talking about it this year, and we're like, listen, neither of us really like turkey. Why are we eating turkey for the sake of eating turkey? Yeah. So this year we're doing all the sides, right? We're going to do the mashed potatoes, the green beans, the stuff, and all that good stuff, and we're just going to do steaks instead. We're like, it's just the two of us and the baby. We're going to eat what we want to eat.
Yeah, nah, steaks sound wonderful, actually. That's a great idea.
Yeah, look at it. I'm just pushing us forward. In terms of dessert, are you a big dessert guy?
2 things. So I can go either banana pudding,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
that's top tier right there, or sweet potato pie.
Ooh, I feel like the sweet potato pie, correct me if I'm wrong, is real like hit or miss. Like if you get a good sweet potato pie, like that's really good. But the like chance, the percentage of failure, unfortunately, is like pretty high on that.
Yeah, but my wife does make a great one.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, she's
Smart man. So you gotta plug the you gotta plug the wife while you're here.
so that's a good one right there. So I'll take that.
Share with us Austin Hooper Foundation that we have on both sides or on both cleats here. Kind of where did this idea come from? Why is it important to you? And kind of what's the goal and the mission that you kind of want to get out there?
Sure. So in 2020, I started the Austin Hooper Foundation. We partner up with local charities with a special focus on those aging out of the system because depending on the state which you're in, you know, they give you a few $100 and a GED and say, go play life. So that's a rough hand of cards, no matter how you break it down. And in my opinion, it's just very underserved. And I look around and I see so many, you know, wonderful charities for cats and dogs and other things. But I was just looking around, I'm like, we have so many young Americans that are going hungry, that don't really have a place to stay, that don't have access to, you know, as much technology we need in this information age. So what I try to do with my foundation is supply them with electronics, clothes, just the basic tools to just try to give them what I can do to help them move forward.
Dude, Andrew DePaula, fun fact, one of these 2 strongest handshakes I've ever had experienced in my life. Like the first time I met that dude back at 1220 in Alameda, he shook my hand and I put on a brave face at the time, but I'm 99% sure like he fractured my pinky. That dude's got a strong grip.
He's got a bone-crunching grip on him, doesn't he?
No doubt. The other one, Austin Howard, who I think was here before you, offensive lineman, like right tackle, big, huge dude. And I remember I was like, oh my God.
I mean, you shaking a lot of hands. The fact that a long snapper's up there is high praise for
Yeah,
you.
high praise. I mean, listen, and you know my love of all the specialists, long snappers, punters, all you guys. But man, I will never forget. I was like, God, man, this guy's got a strong grip. It's
good to see a firm handshake. That's
yes.
not a lost art. You know?
No, certainly not. Certainly not in 2023. You got to have it. Speaking of Max, too, I mean, a guy who's playing out of his mind right now, who should be in my humble opinion, in the conversation for all the end of season awards. But when you look at Max in 2023, and you've had a nice, you know, you talk about you've had a chance to kind of be up close and personal and watch his journey over the past couple of years. Like, what's different about Max in 2023 as opposed to years past?
Honestly, to be real, I feel like Max is, since I've been around him, he has always been
Same
the same
dude?
He's just like, I don't know. I'm starting to think that he's low-key like, you ever seen like the Terminator movie and like the flesh kind of comes off of him and they like have like the metal underneath? I'm low-key thinking that's my idea about Max.
We can be transparent with the people here. I have I don't want to call it a nasty habit, but I have, unfortunately, at times in our friendship, broken news to you that I previously thought you knew. One of the good ones that comes to mind is the All-Pro nod a few years ago. Was it last year or 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. And I thought you knew. I was really nervous that I was going to break this one to you because you and I ran into each other this morning.
You did.
And I feel like I got close. I didn't spill the beans, but I'm very glad that Champ and AP had the chance to tell you, and it didn't come from Eddie Pascal.
Yeah, it was kind of like one of those situations where somebody's like, you just think you're going to dinner, and somebody's like, it's your birthday, right? You think you're going to dinner, and somebody's like, hey, what are you doing tonight? You're like, I'm just going to dinner. They're like, oh, yeah? Yeah? Like, and then later when you find out you had a surprise party, you're like, oh, like you knew the whole time. And looking back on our conversation, I realized I could have seen the breadcrumbs, but I really thought you were congratulating me on my 3rd appearance on Upon Further Review.
In the past 6 weeks?
I know. And congratulations should be in order for that primarily.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
I mean, there's a lot of people that go to the Pro Bowl. Has anybody been on here 3 times in the last 6 weeks?
Not in the past 6 weeks. I think,
So if we're talking about ranking honors, that seems like it should be number 1.
Listen, I didn't say it. You did, and I won't dispute you. I won't fight that. You are the man of the hour, and I'm not here to rain on your parade.